guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about some international travel tips when you're traveling with a baby. We've had 2 trips to America in the past year with my son. He's now 11 months old, and he had a trip when he was 6 months old and one when he was 10 months old. So I just figured it would be kind of fun to share some tips that we kind of came across along the way and what we found to be useful. The first tip is to, as best as you can, try to stay optimistic and try to stay calm. It's not always easy traveling with a baby, but if you can try to keep your optimism about you and, try to stay calm when situations are not going perfectly smooth, that's best for you and for your baby, and obviously your baby will react to the energy that you bring. So if you can try to just stay calm if they're upset, or do the best you can to just have an optimistic approach and just be as kind to the people you come across as possible, that just seemed to really make things run smoothly for us, and that's probably my number 1 tip. But the second one is to use a baby carrier. We have this baby carrier. It's by Geneve, I guess. This, I'm pretty sure, was only like 20 bucks, but this is like really, really useful. My son loves this anyway, so definitely use a baby carrier that your baby already loves. But this one particularly has 2 pockets, and I really loved that it had pockets because it has, they're pretty sizable pockets, because anytime I would have like my phone, or we're always juggling things in an airport. Anytime I would have my phone or my passports or my tickets or something that I just needed to be in a safe place quickly, this was a perfect place to put them, and I just knew that they were safe and secure in the zipper pocket. So this is a really good carrier for a very cheap price, but any carrier I think will work, but especially with the pockets was great for me. So that's a big tip. Babies don't always love to be in the stroller. In my experience, like, my son doesn't always want to be in the stroller when we're in a chaotic environment. He was much happier to just be on me, and then my arms were free, and at this point he's 23 pounds, so having him just being held would not be ideal in any of those situations. So that was a huge lifesaver for me. I would never travel without it with a baby, for sure. The third tip that I have is to check as much as you can, like check it in, and it'll meet you on the other side. Then you don't have to worry about it as you're traveling through and going through security. So we checked our car seat, and we found that to be just a huge relief to just, it was away from us, and we weren't having to manage this kind of bulky odd item throughout the airport. And then we checked the first trip, we took 2 checked bags, and then the second trip we only took 1 checked bag, and that was nice as well. Either way, it depends how long your trip is and how much you need to pack, but it was nice just having 1 checked bag, obviously cheaper as well. And then we had a carry-on, and then we each had backpacks on, and then his stroller. And the stroller we kept through the airport. We found that to be really nice as just a change of the carrier and then putting him in the stroller sometimes, so that was really handy. And then obviously we had it on the other side for the rest of the trip too, so that was super nice. Number 4, I would say, some people say actually boarding last, even though you're able to board first, is nicer. But we really found it was awesome having that extra time on the plane to just get comfortable, just have all of our bags right next to us, like making sure there was space for our bags right near us. And then just also, getting kind of familiar with the plane with Joseph, and getting comfortable with him. We really felt like we needed that extra time that was provided to us. So yeah, boarding as soon as you can, as soon as you're allowed to. So yeah. Number 5, sorry, I'm looking at my list right here. Get comfortable is my 5th tip. So as much as you can, bring oh, that's Joseph. I'll be right back. Look it. Can you say hello to everybody? Oh. Oh. He's always a little sad when he wakes up. And he has a lot of bug bites on his face right now, so don't be alarmed about that. All right, where was I? Okay. Yes, so get comfortable. So that's also a tip I would have to say about the traveling in general is bring things that your baby is used to and finds comfort in. And one thing for us is his bed. He sleeps in a sleep nest or a baby nest, I think it's called. So it's like a little bed. It almost looks like kind of like a cat or a dog bed. But it fits him perfectly. It's adjustable. It's a really nice bed. So since he's so used to that, having that with us on the plane was really helpful when we wanted him to sleep, and just to lay him across that. Yeah, who's that? Is that you? He can see himself. So anyway, having that was really useful. It smells like him. It feels like home to him. When he's laying in it, he gets really happy when he's laying in his little bed. So we found that to be really useful. Another thing on top of that, he always sleeps with white noise, and we would never do anything different probably because it works so well for us. But also bringing that with, if you use white noise, bring that machine with you wherever you're traveling, and we really found that that was helpful in adjusting to a new environment, because it was still the same sound he was used to, still the same little baby nest bed that he was used to. So yeah, that was definitely a good thing for us as well on the rest of the travel. Yeah. Oh, sweet boy. Okay, so the next one is number 6 is breastfeed or bottle feed when taking off and landing. Now this is a tip most people will tell you, and we definitely try to abide by it, but not every single time that you're taking off or landing does your baby want to eat. So just know that also a pacifier seems to do the trick if your baby does use a pacifier, but Joseph never expressed, oh, hi. Joseph never expressed any issue with the air pressure while we were taking off or landing. So I personally I don't feel too concerned about it, but I would still, just so they're able to clear, their ears as the pressure changes. Are you gonna be okay? Are you okay? But also using like a little sippy cup or a water cup, that can also just kind of help to clear their ears, and that was something that we also tried when he wasn't interested in eating at the time. So, but yeah, he never really had issues with that, so hopefully most people also find that with their kids. But the last one is number 7, and we found that just distracting him with random objects was much more useful than actually using his own toys. Now, a lot of people probably just bring like heaps of their toys on their travels, but sometimes like he was so uninterested in any of his toys that he's seen before, so you'd either probably have to buy something totally new that was really exciting and different, or potentially just using what we did was using random objects that we would find, like for instance the cup that we were given to drink water out of, random little things we would find, little pieces of plastic or paper or just anything like that. He was interested in it for a good amount of time. So yeah, if we would have packed a bunch of toys, to be honest, it would have been very useless for us, because he just doesn't find that much interest in them when he's in that type of environment. Like, he just gets very, as most people know, I think, that have kids, they grow out of interest with certain objects after a period in time, and all they want is new things. So if you can kind of feed their curiosity with something new, I think that can be really useful for distracting them. So I will say that this past trip was such a different trip than the first one, and because it was new to us both times with the different phases he was going through, I wouldn't say that each trip was really easy. We were definitely very tired by the end, but we got through it, and people were really sweet to us and sweet to Joseph. And not a pen, that's not for you. But overall, it went really, really well, and we have another trip coming up actually. So at that point, he will be 12 months old, or just over a year. So that will probably be an entirely different trip for us as well. So I think as they go through these different phases, you need such different things to help, the process go well. And, I can try to do an update at that point, because I do think it is so much easier traveling with a younger baby because their needs are so much different. They sleep more, they have, they're more interested in different things than, at this point, like, he's not content just me giving him something to suck on like he was when he was 5 or 6 months. So yeah, they definitely have different needs depending on the phases that they are in. So definitely I might try to do an update after our next trip when he's a little bit bigger. But yeah, I mean, the long trips, we're going to America. Our trip was 8.5 hours, I believe. And, that's not an easy thing for adults or babies, but, you just have to get through it together and do what you can to distract, and yeah, just try to stick to, as much normalcy as they're used to. And, we found with the jet lag, it wasn't actually that bad arriving at our location. So that was a really good thing, just trying to kind of keep to what he was used to schedule-wise. And, yeah, so, but anyway, if you guys have any other questions, please let me know down in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe and maybe like this video if you enjoyed it. I hope to put out more videos more often, but this little boy tends to keep me pretty occupied. But you can always hit up my Instagram. Also, I get some really sweet messages there, so I would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!